Hey guys, we've had close to 24 hours with living with the news that Lou Williams is going to be a part of the Houston Rockets. While the deal as of Wednesday is not official yet because it's still pending physicals and whatnot, but I don't think there's any speculation or anything out there that's going to inhibit this deal from getting done. Both guys just recently were playing games for their respective teams. Corey Brewer for the Rockets and Lou Williams for the Lakers. So this deal should go through. I believe I saw on Twitter recently that they don't expect Lou Williams to play on Thursday, but it doesn't mean he won't be available for Saturday. Apparently, he is in Houston. He flew in on Tuesday night, so he is here, probably meeting with doctors. I'm assuming everything is on Corey's end and the Lakers' end, just waiting for that stuff to get official. But with the knowledge, with the know-how that Lou Williams is going to be on the Houston Rockets, I think we should spend a minute and talk about how exactly Lou Williams is going to fit in on the Rockets. Because when you look at the face of the deal, you think, okay, Lou Williams swap for Corey Brewer. He's just going to take Corey Brewer's spot. It's not really that simple. Corey Brewer only really played 12, 15 minutes a game, if that on some nights. He averaged 4 points a game. Now you're bringing in Lou Williams, who played nearly 30 minutes a game for the Lakers and scored nearly 20 points a game. So it's going to be interesting to see how he fits in. And it's not a one-for-one swap. You're getting a much better player in return, so you're going to have to kind of figure out how it's going to work out minutes-wise. I imagine he's probably still going to be playing around 25 minutes a game for the Rockets, but where exactly does he fit in now? Because the Rockets do have some established bench players. They've got Sam Decker. They've got Eric Gordon, both guys that are coming off the bench, providing a big boost for the Rockets. And I don't think that those roles are going to change for the Rockets. If anything, maybe Sam Decker takes a little bit of a minutes cut to try to fit in some of Lou Williams' minutes. But I think the biggest thing that Lou Williams is going to do for the Houston Rockets is it's going to allow James Harden to finally get some rest. Because if there's one thing the Houston Rockets have lacked ever since James Harden has got to town, it's been when James Harden goes out of the game, there's really not much of a scoring threat on the Rockets. Yeah, they upgraded that this year with Eric Gordon, but then some nights he's been cold. And when Eric Gordon is cold, that means they got to bring James Harden right back into the game. James Harden has been playing 36 minutes a game. Some nights he does not get a break at all. So, if anything that Lou Williams does, he will now provide James Harden to get a little bit of a rest. Maybe we can finally start seeing the Rockets roll back James Harden's minutes, because that's something that Mike D'Antoni has mentioned a bunch this year, is that he would like to get James Harden some more rest. It's just they haven't really found many pockets for him to sit. And the thing that drives me nuts more than anything is that, when there is pockets for him to sit, like in the fourth quarter of a blowout game, for some reason James Harden is still playing in the game. But I think that now with Lou Williams on the Rockets, it's going to provide some longer stretches in the second quarter, some longer stretches in the fourth quarter. James Harden usually comes back in with 8 minutes to go, but now maybe he comes back in with 5, 6 minutes to go or something like that. You have to eventually start finding some rest for James Harden, or he's just gonna tire himself out. And if anything, I think Lou Williams is going to provide that, and that'll help the Rockets try to give Lou Williams the amount of minutes he deserves. It'll also allow Lou Williams to not play alongside James Harden. You kind of got two guys that do a little bit of the same thing. Lou Williams, a ball handler, James Harden, a ball handler. And while Eric Gordon was kind of like a ball handler as well, they found ways to make it work. And that was with Eric Gordon being more of a shooting guard here. And I think they're going to allow Lou Williams to be himself a point guard, and that means he's going to be running the second unit offense. And what that means is that he and James Harden will probably few times play alongside of each other. But when they do play alongside of each other, I think it provides some unique opportunities for the Rockets, as in you now have an elite level scorer and a good playmaker as well, who can set up James Harden and allow James Harden to be much more of a scorer. And I think that's some unique aspects that I think the Rockets can take with Lou Williams. So it's going to be interesting to see how D'Antoni fits in his new toy. But I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. He's going to be playing much more than Corey Brewer's minutes, and he's going to be dominating the second unit offense. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking for Lou Williams. I also wanted to share some stats that I found on just looking at Lou Williams' breakdown. I kind of already knew that he was a little bit more of a shooter than a scorer. While he is kind of a scorer, he is shooting about 40% on jump shots. That's pretty good. Most guys are in the mid 30s or something like that. Low 30s, mid 30s for jump shooters, but for 40% jump shooter is a damn good thing. He's shooting 38% on threes, fantastic. He's shooting 50% on corner threes, and I even saw that on right corner 3 pointers, he's shooting 55%. So if there's one thing that the Rockets did, they vastly upgraded that position. Because when you're looking at the spacing on the floor, if you're just replacing Corey Brewer, who does play alongside James Harden sometimes, Corey Brewer's main job on the Rocket spacing was he would sit his ass on the corner on the wing and just wait for 3 point shots if one would go his way. Now guys are going to be looking for that, which kind of opens up that a whole side of the floor. It's going to be interesting. Something that teams have not guarded very much on with that second unit when Corey Brewer was in there was the sides of the court, and I think that's something that Lou Williams is going to help because he is much more of a deadly threat than Corey Brewer ever was. One of the other things I saw from Lou Williams, just trolling around on the NBA stat page, was he is a very, very, very good pick and roll player, and that's something that, of course, the Rockets do a hell of a lot of is pick and rolls. I believe he was in the 94th percentile for pick and roll players, higher than James Harden, and only slightly below Isaiah Thomas of the Celtics. So if just so you can get a gauge of what kind of player Lou Williams is from pick and rolls. He shoots about 5, 6 field goals in pick and roll situations, and he also shoots about 5, 6 threes a game. And when he averages 12 shots a game, that's pretty much his entire offense. It's either pick and roll or it's going to be a 3 point shot. He mixes in a few other shots, but mainly it's going to be pick and roll or 3 pointers for Lou Williams. And I think it's going to be a very good thing for the Rockets. Because if there's one thing, aside from a defensive big, that the Rockets were lacking, was a little bit more depth in ball handling, and they did not really have someone to really run the second team offense. They had Eric Gordon, but Eric Gordon is especially now on the Rockets, he's much more of a scorer than he is a ball handler and a guy that's setting up other people. Now the Rockets have that. They have someone that can run that offense, and I think it's going to be a good thing because we should not be expecting much of a much down. Trying to get the right word, not much down, but much drop off from James Harden when he goes to the bench. Before, when he went to the bench, it was tough. You had to play Pat Beverly a lot of minutes. Now I think this is going to allow Pat Beverly to rest a little bit more. Lou Williams is going to do a lot of things for the Rockets, but I think the thing that he's going to provide the most for the Rockets is rest for some of those starters. Hopefully you're not going to see James Harden still playing 36 minutes on the second half of the season. Hopefully you're going to see Pat Beverly start dropping off some extra minutes as well. So that's pretty much my takes on what I see from Lou Williams. We're gonna get a good look at him sometime soon. Feel free to drop me off what you're thinking about. You're gonna see from Lou Williams. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts. I appreciate you guys for giving this a watch. My name is Josh Reese. You can find some of my work on CBS Houston. You can also find some of my work on thedreamshake.com and do a lot of stuff with them as well. So I'm out of here. I will catch you guys later, and we'll break down something else very soon. Hopefully, maybe another trade.